right, it's time to get back into Blood on the River. So, when we left off, we were on chapter 15, okay? And chapter 15, of course, starts with a primary source. So our primary source this time is from William Simmons, editor of the Proceedings, and it says, "Now in Jamestown they were all in combustion, the strongest preparing once more to run away with the pinnace for England." So remember, last time we read, Samuel woke up in the morning and all the food was gone, the campgrounds were quiet, and all of the gentlemen had disappeared. So let's find out what happened. The Discovery bobs in the river as the gentlemen on board unfurl her sails. There is no wind yet, but their intent is clear. They have loaded up all of our food, and as soon as the breeze lifts, they will set sail for England. There are 10 or 12 gentlemen on board, and they are leaving the 25 of us commoners behind to starve. In twos and threes, men come out of the fort to stare at the Discovery. "I'll shoot 'em all," one of the soldiers declares. He prepares to load his musket. "Don't be stupid," Henry says. "They'll shoot you before you can fire a second shot, and they'll hit some of the rest of us as well." "They've already killed us," says John Leyden. "You think we'll make it through the winter? The river will freeze over our fish nets. The birds are already gone, and there's nothing more to harvest. We might as well be shot. At least it'll be a quick death." My stomach grumbles for its breakfast. I wonder how long it takes to die of hunger. I wonder if it hurts. The men continue to argue. Some think we'll be able to trade with the Indians, and others insist that the Indians will not trade now in midwinter when they are probably going half hungry themselves. Men want to kill the gentlemen or die trying. Reverend Hunt is standing near me. He is staring out at the ship, his face set in grim lines. Is it all lost, Reverend?" I ask him. "Are we doomed?" He puts his hand on my shoulder. "Do you see any wind?" he asks. I take a good look at the surface of the river. There is hardly a ripple. I shake my head. Then the Discovery is not going anywhere. Yet. There is time for me to pray for a miracle. He walks off in the direction of the fort to the chapel. I listen to the men argue about how to shoot to kill the most gentlemen at once. Richard touches my arm. His eyes are bright. "Look," he whispers, pointing back behind us. At first I think I see a vision, that my imagination is playing tricks. I see a dozen native men emerging from the forest near the fort. Some are bare-chested despite the cold, and some have deerskin mantles thrown over one shoulder. They are walking quickly. There is one man among them who is not quite as native, though not quite a white man either. His hair is reddish-brown, but long and shaggy. He is wearing a deerskin mantle and also slops and shoes. Suddenly, it is as if my eyes clear, and I know who I am seeing. "Captain Smith!" I cry, and run full speed to greet him. Everyone starts clamoring at once. "They're leaving us. They've stolen our food. We've no stores left. Those no-good lazy gentlemen will starve. Where have you been?" Captain Smith holds up his hand to silence us. "Help me with the cannons," he orders. We follow him to the fort, and our soldiers work to load the cannons and aim them squarely at the Discovery. Then Captain Smith marches down to the water's edge. "Halt or be sunk!" he shouts. "Disembark at once or die!" We watch as the gentlemen on board the ship huddle and talk. After a few minutes of conferring with one another, Master Archer shouts out, "Where are Jehu Robinson and Thomas Emery?"